Why can't they release like a dumbed down version of this on the Switch? I would love to play this on the toilet because it'll help me shit faster. Welcome, folks. I am Jaby Koay, joined by ACHARA KIRK.
Hello, people.
The trailer we're about to watch, Resident Evil 3 Remake, official Nemesis trailer, is in 60 frames, which I'm a big fan of. I've been championing 60 frames for the last half decade or more, ever since I discovered it on playing, PC games and stuff. Okay, let me see if I can give you the short version of this. So I built a Hackintosh many years ago. It turned out that I could make it a Hackintosh / Windows PC. It came with the game, which was Borderlands. And I was playing at a high frame rate. I'm like, what is this? I had no idea it was a thing. And ever since then, I'm like, oh, this is what games should be like. And then when PS4 came out and wasn't giving me a whole bunch of 60 frames games, and Xbox One came out and wasn't giving me a bunch of 60 frames per second games, I was getting pissed. And so I'm happy that this is gonna become a standard with the next generation systems that are coming, and at the end of the year, it should already. But anyway, so we're watching this, all that to say, long walk for a cup of water. All that to say, this is a 60 frames per second trailer. This video is being exported in 60 frames per second, so if you wanna watch it that way, feel free to click that little wrench button and do so. Quick full disclosure, sorry, one more thing. I never played this game. If I did, I never beat it. Yeah.
I got you.
Who are you? What are you doing?
Name's Carlos. I'm saving you.
Yuck.
Oh, I remember this game for sure. I didn't get very far in it.
Oh.
I'm with the Umbrella Biohazard Countermeasure Service. UBCS for short.
The city is completely cut off, isolated. We need help. My men cannot do this alone.
That dude needs a haircut.
He has nice
I
hair.
was rolling with those freaks. No chance of fighting our way out of the city. Why is she here? She's unreliable.
It's me he's after.
What?
I'll buy you some time.
Hey, wait! Wait, Jill!
He is gross.
Oh. Damn, you're relentless.
Jill, what happened? Come in!
Oh no.
Didn't they bring that? I think they brought Nemesis. Oh, that big ass dude. I think they brought him in Resident Evil 2, the movie. I might be remembering that
Honestly, I don't
wrong.
remember.
It was so long ago, but I remember them like kind of merging ideas. Like Resident Evil 1 barely spent any time in the mansion in the movie. And then Resident Evil 2, I think, introduced this dude. But I remember it being advertised, and I played a little bit of it, but like I think I got freaked out. I'm like, fuck this shit. And but anyway, that looks way better than what I remember from when I was a kid, and it looks freaky deaky. The big Nemesis dude, the most I can relate to that is from Last of Us. There's this, I forgot what they're called, this big ass spore dude who would like take shit off and throw it at you. But he was like a big one, playing as Joel, and you're like running around and shit and trying to hide from the dude and...
Damn it!
And he's really scary. It was almost like, what it oddly enough reminded me of was when I pissed off my dad and I'm hiding. It's like, don't let him hear you. You're like running and you're like trying to sneak around and shoot his ass, and then he sees you. You get him. It was a scary sequence, and it seems like this one just goes on indefinitely. Jesus Christ! Like, how long does that scene go on for?
It's a scary game.
No, but I'm saying it was really scary in Last of Us.
This is why I get really scared playing games like these, because I get scared watching horror movies, and to actually have to think and be like, you have to do stuff to not die as this character while zombies and weird ugly things are coming towards you. I don't do very well.
Well, what compounded everything, I don't know if Resident Evil 3's control scheme was improved upon from its predecessors. I wonder if I hope they just kept the control scheme from like the first game. But what I remember was the control scheme sucked from Resident Evil. It was horrible. You had like a turnabout button, you know, where you could just go 180.
Oh, you just
but like the controls were super awkward, and that's what made it more frustrating and more scary because when a zombie popped up, especially in the GameCube remake, like it lurched up and ran after you, you'd be like, ah! And you like try to turn and you just run into a wall over and over again because the controls are horrible. You get eaten or chewed up every time.
Why would you want that crappy control scheme back again?
Because it makes it more frightening. I mean, especially if you got like popcorn buddies next to you on the couch, like watching you play.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't have that. I was a loner. And I was like playing till 4 a.m. And there was like this weird, I never beat any of the Resident Evil games, but I remember like the point I got to in Resident Evil 1, for those of you who remember the game really well, there was this like creature, it had a girl's name, like Sarah or something. She was this rotund shape and was kind of like, it looked kind of like the way Liquid Terminator looked after he got blown up by Arnold at the end of the movie in Judgment Day, right? But like this round, gross, like inside out kind of looking experiment of a thing, right?
Okay.
I remember seeing it once and I ran out of the room, not me physically, but like my character, I ran out of the room, I'm like, fuck that, not going back in there. And that's when I put that in the game. It was 4 a.m.
Well, yeah.
You know?
I would not play this game anywhere past like 10 p.m.
There's also like a Ace Ventura Pet Detective scene where you go into this one room and it's like a shark. And I never could figure out what to do with the shark. I think I just left that part alone as well. Me playing Resident Evil was mostly me leaving shit alone and trying to find ribbons, because you had to find typewriter ribbons to save your game.
Oh, okay,
it was
gotcha.
horrible. Like, I hate when games do that. Like, for the PlayStation, that's when it was the worst. Final Fantasy is the same way. Like, you gotta find a spot.
Find a safe spot.
You know? God forbid you live in an area like I did with brownouts and shit, and like games just, that's it.
Oh,
That's
no.
a wrap. This looks exciting. I would play this with some broads on the couch to like, you know,
Get scared?
get scared along with me, so I can scream like a bitch, and I'm not alone.
No, it looks really cool. I like what they've done with the characters. Not that I know what they looked like to begin with, but I'm sure it looks much better.
Here's a fun fact. Resident Evil, if I recall correctly, was that team's first horror game ever. It was an instant classic. And there weren't a lot of horror games at the time.
I mean, it spawned so much too. Like, there have been multiple movies
Yeah.
as well. Like, it's become a huge
Oh, I
part of
guess
pop culture.
Doom's considered a horror game. So,
Oh, Doom.
yeah.
Doom scared the crap out of me when I was a kid. It was installed on my computer for some reason, and since I wasn't really allowed video games, I was like, oh, cool, this is on my computer, and I started playing it. I got so scared because of the music. I had to turn the music off because it was like freaking me out so much.
Why can't they release like a dumbed down version of this on the Switch? I would love to play this on the toilet because it'll help me shit faster. when you got
Just
when you
like,
got
the fear, release the bowels.
when you got the stuck poop, you know, you don't need a laxative. You need a Resident Evil 3 on the
No,
Switch.
I don't know if that would actually make you release. It might make you clench,
No,
and then you're in trouble.
I think I'm like that Finding Nemo creature who would like eat.
Like, I ate.
Yeah, exactly. That's me playing Resident Evil. I gotta go to the bathroom. Hold on. Hold on, ladies.
I'm getting stressed out.
Hold on, ladies. Do you want to take the controller? Then you hold on. Jaby's got to do a doo-doo.
How do we go from Resident Evil to poops?
I don't know. But anyway, the graphics look insane. I'm fairly certain this is all in-game.
It felt in-game because
Yeah.
it wasn't like the smoothest when they were moving around and stuff, so it felt kind of like what it would look like if you were playing the game.
Here's what blows me away. This in-game footage looks better than the cutscenes did back in the day for the original game.
Yeah.
Because I remember when looking at those cutscenes as a kid, I'm like, oh my god, it looks amazing. And then you go back and watch Final Fantasy VII's cutscenes,
Oh,
you're like,
yeah.
damn, it's horrible. It looks okay.
Well, yeah, but for back then, obviously, it was really cool, but now we've come so far.
Right, and
Like,
so
look at the hair!
right, I'm saying like this looks, obviously you can't do that on the Switch, but this looks better than the cutscenes did for back, like the in-game footage looks better than the cutscenes did back then, so I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job, Umbrella Corporation. Anyway, you guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Hopefully you enjoyed some of that. And be sure to check out ACHARA KIRK. Follow her on Instagram and YouTube and press her to make sure she plays Last of Us. She's never played it. I keep trying to get her to play it.
I've been
I really
thinking-
want her to. The Last of Us 2 is coming out
Yes.
soon enough. I'm
We
like,
should- I should go back on my YouTube channel and do some more game streaming.
she's not gonna do it unless you bother her. So
Yeah,
please
do
her.
bother me and say, Achara, we need to just play more games, God damn it.
Don't oversell it. You guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. And follow Jaby on the Situation Room on the Instagram. And hit that bell icon for this channel so you get notified. I'm Jaby Koay. This is
Achara KIRK.
Peace out.